Good morning, my dear students. Hope you all are safe at home. Now, welcome to your new class. Today, on first day of your new class, your science teacher, Dr. Jaya Srivastava is here with the first chapter of your science book, that is Nutrition in Plants. So, please open the first chapter of your science book. Nutrition in plants. Do you know what is nutrition? The process of taking food by an organism. The process of taking food by an organism, as well as the utilization of this food by the organism, is called nutrition. Means the process of food taking by an organism and utilization of that food by their body organs, by their body, is called nutrition. Now look at your book. Just see. I am going to read out the book. All the living organisms, either plants or animals, require food. The organisms need to take food to obtain energy and to obtain materials for growth and to obtain materials for the repair of damaged parts of their body. The process of taking food by an organism as well as the utilization of this food by the organism is called nutrition. Plant can make their own food, but animals, including human beings, cannot make food themselves. They obtain food from plants or other animals that eat plants. Thus, human beings and animals depend on plants for their food directly or indirectly. We will now discuss the various modes of nutrition in organisms. Students, you already know that the only producers in this world is plants. Green plants are only the producers of food. They can make their food. And other all living beings are directly or indirectly depend on plants for their nutrition, for their food. Now come to the next topic, mode of nutrition. The method of obtaining food are called modes of nutrition. The method by which the animals or plants obtain their food is called nutrition. Means how the livings get their nutrition. On the basis of their modes of nutrition, all the organisms are divided into two main groups: autotrophs and heterotrophs. What do you mean by autotrophs and heterotrophs? Auto means self. You have heard before this class and in other ways, autobiography means self biography, self story. Here auto means self, means the organisms, the living, who make their food by themselves are called autotrophs. And hetero means the organisms, the living beings, who take their nutrition by different ways. For the all living organisms except only plants are heterotrophs. We will now describe both these modes of nutrition of organisms in detail one by one. Now, autotrophs. Autotrophic mode of nutrition. Those organisms which can make food themselves from simple substances like carbon dioxide, water, sunlight by the process of photosynthesis are called autotrophs, and their mode of nutrition is called autotrophic. All green plants are autotrophic. They make their own food, so their mode of nutrition is autotrophic and they are called autotrophs. This is because green plants make their own food from simple substances like carbon dioxide and water present in the surroundings by the process of photosynthesis. In other words, green plants have autotrophic mode of nutrition. For example, wheat plant are autotrophs, having autotrophic mode of nutrition. Autotrophs contain a green pigment called chlorophyll. You already know and you have already read in your previous classes that a green pigment found in the generally found in leaves of the plant and sometimes found in stems of the plant is called chlorophyll, which help to trap the solar energy. Which just see here, which help them make food by absorbing energy from the sunlight. Most of the plants are green, but some plants are non-green also. They cannot make their food. We will discuss it later. And hence synthesize their own food. This means that most of the plants have autotrophic mode of nutrition. The green plants produce food not only for themselves. They also make food from non-green plants as well as for animals, including we human beings. Our body cannot make food because our body have no chlorophyll. Our body cannot make food from carbon dioxide and water present around us by the process of photosynthesis like plants, because our body does not have the green pigment called chlorophyll which the plants have. The green pigment chlorophyll is necessary to absorb energy from sunlight required for making food by photosynthesis. But here is a correction. Exceptions are always present in the nature. There is one living organism except plant, one animal who makes their own food. A unique animal, because that animal have chlorophyll that can do photosynthesis, that can trap the solar energy. The name of that animal is Euglena. You will read in your next classes. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition. I have already told you that hetero means different. Just see here, those organisms which cannot make food themselves by the process of photosynthesis and take food from green plants or animals are called heterotrophs, and their mode of nutrition is called heterotrophic. All the non-green plants and animals, including human beings, are heterotrophs. The non-green plants do not have chlorophyll for carrying out the process of food making called photosynthesis. So they depend on other organisms for obtaining their food. The non-green plants called fungi, such as mushroom, yeast and bread mold, are heterotrophs. They have heterotrophic mode of nutrition. I have already told you some plants are non-green. Generally all plants are having chlorophyll, but some plants are non-green. The yeast, fungi are non-green plants. They have heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Certain bacteria are also heterotrophs. All the animals, including we human beings, are categorized as heterotrophs because they cannot make their own food. They depend on plants or other animals for obtaining their food. Thus, all the animals like cat, dog, etc. and human beings are heterotrophs, having heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Now we can see the food chain. Here is the food chain. Producer. Who are the producers? The green plants. The green plants are producer who prepare the food for all living organisms. And from producer, first primary consumers take They direct eat the green plants, grasses, green plants, green leaves. They are herbivorous animals. For example, cow, buffaloes, goat, etc. And after primary consumption, the primary consumers are eaten by secondary consumers, that who are carnivorous animals like tiger, lion, etc. And when they get die, the scavengers like vulture eat the dead animals, and the remains of the dead animals which are left by the scavenger are get rotten by the decomposers. They decompose all the remains of the dead animals, dead and decayed animals as well as plants, to decompose means d means to break. They break them into the the minerals from which they are made up of, such as protein, carbohydrate, fat, nitrogen, etc. Nitrogen, calcium, phosphorus, etc. Who are microorganisms? Microorganisms are some bacteria, viruses, algae, fungi, etc. They break up the dead remains of dead animals into the minerals from which they are their body made up of, and when these minerals are dissolved in soil, and these minerals are absorbed by plants for growth. By this way, the food chain runs continuously and the ecosystem gets balanced. Understand? Hope you understand very well. Now that's all for today. Next day I will come with the rest topics of this chapter. You will revise the taught topic again and again so that you can understand it clearly. Thank you.